got my first grab bike out of the way. Hosts rushed up. They finally made an appearance. They were totally missing in action last night. They say they were around, but yeah, I wasn't impressed. It's sort of, I prefer a normal hotel where you know you can, if you got some issues and what have you. I was freaking out a bit about the eyesight last night. It'd be nice if there was someone around there to actually do something. But the grab bike cost me 80, and you got to pay 500 to get into the airport. There's always an airport fee, so it ended up being 85,000 rupee, Indonesian rupee, compared to 130 going there. And I think the guy took a longer route with the one that had the meter when I first went to the Peace Palace. But I won't be going back there to Peace Palace because they have at about 5:52 in the morning. They have a sort of a new age type of wake up call that takes place from a little temple. That's one thing, and there's a lot of noise here because a lot of people living there and a lot of cars going around. It feels like a car park, so I don't really like it that much. So it's not as peaceful as it was. So yeah. Anyway, I'll just. I think my flight's going to won't be opening for a little while because it's the Adelaide one's before me. Let's have a look here. You got Adelaide listed there. They got. See if Cairns is there at all. Oh, there's Cairns. Found it. Yeah. Yeah, 11:15 Cairns. D. Okay, looks like I might be able to go in. Oh no, check-in not open. No, it's got check-in open. So that's my flight there. So I'm a little early, another quarter of an hour. But that's okay, gives me a little bit of time to relax and think. And yeah, just very glad I'm at the airport finally, so I can just relax. And yeah, well, come ahead and have a sit down for 5 minutes, and then we've got oodles of time. So, as usual, you have to go through a security check just to get into the departure area. It's an unusual system with Indonesia, although it's not too bad today. It's early morning, maybe it's not so busy, but yeah, there we go. Just got to go over. I can check in, I think, probably in about 5 minutes. See how we go. Well, it's a typical Jetstar moment. What a piece of crap airline they really are. The flight has been delayed till 1 o'clock. Supposed to originally leave at 11:15. So I'm going to get home really late. That's just wonderful. But it's just so typical of Jetstar. They are chronically late. A hopeless airline. And I wish they'd get rid of that little bloody leprechaun from the bloody head of the place. He's an absolute arsehole. So, I don't know. I suppose the good news is I've got plenty of money to spend here, so I'll maybe get myself a coffee and a few things and just kill some time. But Jesus, it's only bloody a little after 8 o'clock. I've got to wait till 1 to get to, and then it may not get through then. Who knows? Bloody Jetstar. God, they are crap. I've got oodles of time to look around. I've got 4 hours before the departure now, thanks to my friends at Jetstar. So just looking around for. I'll grab myself a coffee. I don't normally do this at an airport, but we've got so much damn time. Yeah, let's have a look and see what's around. Yeah, I saw a place that was advertising a coffee for about 42, which is close to $5, so that's pretty pricey. The other one was around 3, so that's probably about $3.50. So I suppose that's not too bad by Australian standards. So we'll just see what's around. I've got to do a bit of window shopping. I can't see the board on that. Oh, they've got a menu here, so we'll look. Yeah, just ordered a double espresso, and of course, guess which number I pulled for the flag to not indicate. Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like some sugar?
Yeah, I'll take whatever's going.
Can I see other food?
Okay, thank you.
No food? No? Yeah, enjoy.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I scored number 13 flag. Perfect for today. I'll tell you, they served it quickly. It's a double espresso, so it's pretty potent. Yeah, no, we'll see what it's like. Like I said, I didn't normally buy stuff at these places. This is actually the cheaper of the options around here, so we'll give it a go. But yeah, a little bit of coffee. I've got so much rupees. I've got so many rupees left over because I didn't do the shopping yesterday. I wanted to go to that big department store supermarket, but they wouldn't let me in the door because I had a bag. So they lost themselves a customer. A spare chance I would have bought a few things because I sell clothes and stuff too. And if I had them in the right sizes, I would have been up for buying a few things. So they lost themselves a customer there. So a bit of a shame because I do need some new tops and things. So I could do with some new clothes. Anyway, it's been a bit frustrating as a trip. So hopefully I'll finally get on that plane at 1. I don't believe Jetstar when they say they're going to be here at 1:05. I don't trust though. I trust them as much as I trust most politicians or the press. So I can't say any more damn right. People here are nice. Like I said, people serving and whatever are quite pleasant. So anyway, I'll get into this coffee and see what it's like. Oh, well, I just burned off about 8% of the battery on my tablet. So I'm watching a doco. It's about a 44-minute doco, so it's not bad really. But I'm going to go down to the departure lounge, and well, at least I've burned off a little bit of time as well. It's about 10:10 now, so still slightly less than 3 hours. I suppose it's better than nothing. We'll start off at 4 hours. I have to wait for the flight. And again, I don't necessarily trust them either. I doubt whether the flight will get off before about 1:30. So we'll see. But my trust level with Jetstar is pretty low. They have had industrial problems. And I'm just thinking about it. Actually, for me, it would have been more of a pain in the ass if this had happened in reverse. When I was actually getting here, I made my connection, and that was much more important for that one to be on time when I was leaving Cairns. So I've got to, at least in that respect, I'm better off. Yeah, it's still the same. Late arrival through at 13. That's it there. The Cairns flight 91. Late arrival 13:05. Wonderful. But like I said, it could have been worse because I'm not doing a connecting flight. It's even worse if you have a delay on a connecting flight and you miss your connection. That is a real pain out. And you do need a lot of time to do your connections at this airport. It's pretty slow. Although I got through pretty quickly today, but I remember when I came here in November to get to Vietnam, I needed virtually all that time to make a connection. I mean, I had a few hours. Yeah, I had 3 hours, I think, between flights, and I think I needed all that. So, I might get some mineral water or something. Like I say, I've got plenty of cash, so I might indulge myself today. I don't normally do that, but seeing I've got so much damn time, we'll see how we go anyway. Yeah, it will be nice to finally get home, but it's very frustrating when it's your last flight and you have to wait. This has happened to me a number of times. It happened to me in Sydney when I had a connecting flight to Cairns. That was delayed again for about 2 hours. But they have had industrial disputes lately. Jetstar, no surprise, it'd be a pretty crappy place to work, I imagine. So that could well have delayed the flight as well. So yeah, you're just lucky to make the flight at the moment because there's a bit of bad blood between labour and management at Jetstar. So yep. So right at the arse end of the world here. I mean, this isn't too bad. This actually looks fairly new. All this particular departure. I think it's actually looks. It's good because obviously less people are travelling, so it's not as crowded as usual. The coronavirus has obviously had an effect upon the numbers of people coming through, so this is quiet compared to normal. So in a way, it's a good time to be travelling. Yeah, well, I'm at 9B. That's the departure gate for our flight. Could take some time though. I think the aircraft isn't even due to arrive for 2.5 hours still, so long time. It's 10:30. Long time to wait. Yeah, I passed by this and it looked like a charging station, and it is. You can actually at least get my mobile up and charge. I didn't get, didn't bring the attachment for the tablet. I probably should have, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I've still got about 86% charge on that, and I've watched a couple of shows, so for a 4.5 hour flight, it should be fine. I've got plenty more juice in that. That holds the power pretty well, actually, the tablet. But I want to just keep the mobile up and running. Because, I might have a chat with Johan, so I'll get myself more and more juice. Bitch to him about being delayed with this flight. So I've got to go right down the end there to 9B. And yeah, I don't know, it doesn't... I would estimate that we will probably get away around 2 o'clock. I reckon it'll be about 2.5 hours late. So it means I'll get in around 8:30 at night, which is not ideal, but well, the main thing is as long as my place is in one piece and someone hasn't broken in or squatted where I live. It's been a long break, 3 months, so I'm just a little concerned. So hopefully not, but we'll see. So yeah, well, at least my mobile can get recharged. That's something. So if I do have a chat with Johan using WhatsApp, at least I won't drain out my mobile just in case there's a disaster awaiting me at home. I want to have some juice left in my mobile. So anyway, the tedium continues. It's only still about 20 minutes to 12, and there's still a long way to go. Jetstar are notoriously bad at keeping you informed of the situation, so I don't expect to hear a damn thing from them. So we're going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting at least another hour before anything's going to happen, I'd say. Well, there goes the dickhead with the green bag and backpack who just came up to this station here and used the other PowerPoint there, and he looked at me looking at my mobile, and he just decided to make the comment, "Where's your glasses?" I think, who says that? Why would you even say something like that? I mean, it's not exactly clever. It's the sort of thing a school kid would say. It's a quality of some of the passengers, I guess. So yeah, a bit of a dickhead, I reckon. Confusion continues at this airport. They've just, not that you can hear me because of this. Yeah, they just changed it from 9B to 3, so I've got to walk basically the whole distance of this concourse virtually. I mean, I don't mind that so much, but it's annoying when they change gates on you. Because I only saw that they said go to waiting room. I thought it would be the waiting room at 9B, the original gate, but they've changed it now to 3, so there's a blaring PA announcement. I had to stop shooting because you couldn't hear a damn thing, and it's not very easy to understand, but no, they never are. PA announcements at airports are generally notoriously bad. So I'm up to 5, I almost get back there. I'm getting plenty of exercise. It's a good thing, it's good. So, and I hopefully won't have any heat exhaustion issues. I think my vision's actually back to normal pretty well, so that's good. But it's just ridiculous, especially when they put people right down the end of a terminal. Then they tell them to go right back the other way because of the convenience of the airlines, and it's just because Jetstar's stuffed up. We're actually now being inconvenienced having to go all the way back here. They're a crappy airline. I suppose things could be worse. I could be at T4 in Melbourne, which I think is one of the worst terminals I've ever come across. We're up to 4, we're almost there. I'm just waiting for another change of gate. I'll probably change it back to 9B when we get there. God, there's enough food being sold here. Tobacco and food, just what the world needs. Okay. Yep, got one more to go. See, the thing is that the travel aid only go in one direction in this airport. At least the ones in Changi go both directions. So if they do stuff you around like this, at least you can get yourself an assisted return. But the way this is designed, you have to walk it if you go against the flow. So that's not particularly good design, I guess. Mind you, it's better than T4 had no travel aiders at all. They finally put them in. But yep, anyway, finally here. Good, let's see if we can make some sense out of this. Just had another security check with the hand luggage before I got into this area. I'm hoping it means that we're going to get on a plane soon. But what gets me is that Jetstar plane has just been parked there for some time now, and you're just wondering why can't they just switch jets? Or maybe it's capacity of the jet, might be a different model, could be to do with the mechanics of it or the fueling, whatever. I don't know. But geez, if there's just this one sitting around, it'd be nice if they could just swap us over to that one and use the scheduled one for some other flight. But maybe trying to be too practical there. I've no idea how the business model operates, but like I said, when you see one of their own jets just parked there for some time, you wonder, because it's been there for a few hours. So you'd like to think that they'd want to get us back home ASAP, but I don't think they really care. I know that I doubt whether Tony Riley does. He gives a rat's. He's just worries about making big profits. It seems to be his major motive. Doesn't care about staff happiness either, from what I can gather. Anyway, this is actually not too bad in the airport. It'd be positive. We've got a nice view of the runway here anyway. And I think they had some pretty ordinary carpet down here, but they've put a new lot down that's a lot more attractive. So it's all been renovated pretty recently. It's not bad, but again, it seems more comfortable too because there's a lot less people travelling given the virus situation. So yeah. Normally it would be a lot busier here, I would think. Our flight was delayed because of mechanical difficulties in Cairns, specifically a toilet malfunction, believe it or not. And we're waiting again because they just had to put another little cargo module back into the plane because they had to remove one because a passenger didn't arrive and they had to retrieve their luggage so they can give it back to them. So hopefully now we're all ready to go. But at least the pilot here has actually kept us in the loop with all the reasons behind the delay. So that's something anyway. So it's good communication from them. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.